So then, welcome to Bordeaux Ascension. We have the last two games of the season today. A couple of teams already played, or one more, and we have two games left. We have a better goal difference over Nice and Toulouse, and we face the bottom two teams, Troyes, who only have 12 points, and Strasbourg, who might get relegated this season. So, two games left for us. We have a better goal difference over Nice and Toulouse as well. So, two games in today's episode to guarantee European football. Not really likely to get Champions League. So, Europa League position we are in, or worst case scenario, we get Conference League. So then, since the last episode, we have been a bit of a shaky run. 3-3 draw against Olympique Lyon, Marino, Charles and Thiele. 2 goals in the 90th and 90 plus 1 minute to get us 3 points. Lyon was a much better team in this one. The fact that we got 2 late goals was definitely a plus on our side. Over to Monaco, and 0-0 draw at home. One of the better sides in the league, so 0-0 draw isn't too bad. Over to Paris, where away from home, a penalty from Paris and a pretty poor performance gave us a 1-0 defeat away from home. Over to FC Lorient, where an equaliser from Merville in the 89th minute got us a point afterwards. You put us up in the 5th, and Lorient got 2 goals. 2 to draw in that one. And then Lille, who are just above us in the league positions. I think they're going to get European spaces, if I remember the league properly. So Lorenzo with the goal in that one. Chateau gets sent off, so he will be unavailable for this game. We held out for the 1-0 win. So Strasbourg and Troyes at home, the bottom 2 teams in the league. Win both of these, we're in Europe. And if don't win both of these, then I'm afraid we bottled it quite hard. So the teams to start this one. Rama starts in goal with Lorenzo, De Toni and Bayo, Kearney, Marino, Bricu, Abate, Merville, Rudier and Wergy. Here then Strasbourg in the first game of today's episode. Win both of these games, we are into them European positions. 7 minutes on this one. Strasbourg, even though they are Chelsea's B team, aren't exactly a bad team. They have still got a couple of good players. I think it's one of their centre mids who's playing right mid in this one. And then Valentin Barco. Merville's in behind. Merville is having a shot. And Merville scores. Andrew, who the goalkeeper for them, had a pretty good game against us. So hopefully he's not going to be a thorn in our side this time. And the goal is awarded. Early goal, exactly what we needed. As I mentioned earlier, they have quite a few good players. Barco in that midfield as a midfield playmaker. I would see him as more of a winger. Fabio Vieira, who was at Arsenal a couple of years ago in real life, coming along way as a fullback as well. Bamidele is a pretty good player, and then Andrea, as I said before, had a pretty good game against us in the season. 28 minutes on the clock, and Bayo brings it out for Kearney. Keeney on the side for Rudy. Don't know why I'm putting an R in his name, just doesn't have one. Merville, crossfield ball to Abate. Hasn't got as much football this season as he probably would have expected. Andrew tipped that out for another corner. I mean, Andrew had a man of the match performance against us this time, so the fact that we got an early goal definitely settles me down a little bit. Hopefully it settles the players down as well. Coming a long way. A little bit of dangerous, but probably a little bit better in the centre-back position. Shot from Abate. I mean, I thought you just put that wide, but it looks like it's gone out for a corner. Merville will go across to take it. Half an hour in. Wergy under it, long way away. Rudier into the box. Rudier shot. I mean, if anyone's going to do that, Rudier would, and not too far away. Andrew with the goal kick. It looks like it's going to be one of those games where we see a lot of highlights, which not sure that I don't mind that, to be honest, but Tony up to Marino. It's going to be a lot of attacking football from us. Don't mind it. Rudier on the left-hand side now. Got a lot to do. Kearney edge of the box. Shot deflected. I'm still calling Kearney. It's Keeney, I think. Anyway, Merville out to take another corner from this one. Pretty much the same as last one. I don't even know what just happened. It fell to Jordan Bio from a centre-back, left-footed. I'm pretty sure that's his weak foot. A volley into the top corner. Looks like game 1 of 2 to get us into that European position might be on. Right, into the second half. As I said before, whereas they've got a good team, they just subbed on you and Ciso. Although playing for Brighton probably wouldn't be the most exciting thing, but it was bought by Chelsea for about, I think it was 50-60 million. Marino, Austin Mervell, shot into the bottom corner. Andrew can't save that one. 65 minutes in, third goal of the game. Rudier's gone off with a slight knock. Hopefully that's not too bad. And maybe we sub on Tile as well. Alright, Lorenzo with a throw. 10 minutes left, already 3-0. Strasbourg don't really seem like they're going to get a goal. It's more like, well, whether we're going to score a fourth. Marino up to Abate. Franco Abate does put the ball in the back of the net. 8 minutes on the clock. We do get our fourth. Looks like game 1 of 2 is done. Just over to game 2 now. 10 minutes left of this one. Can we at least keep a clean sheet? Miverd on the ball. Coming down the left-hand side. Doesn't have the greatest of pace, but I mean, I'm not really sure what that was, to be honest. But we'll carry on. Andre is messing with the ball a little bit, but gets away with it this time. Barrera. Up to Meerdink. Meerdink going very wide. Abate wins the back there. Lorenzo. Up to Merville. Does have Tile running in behind. Can Tile get another goal for us off the post? Very unlucky from us. Hopefully it's not another story of hitting the post too many times. We hit the post, I think it was like 3 times in one game, one half last game, in last episode. So hopefully it's not another story of that. Wide free kick, Vieira's to take, Abomadeli, wide, just wide. Just in these now, which is a plenty in the Mehmet Atlantique, where a crowd of 31,556 witnessed Bordeaux's convincing 4-0 win over Strasbourg. Result which confirmed Bordeaux's qualification for the Europa Conference League. It was disappointment for Strasbourg, however, as they had their relegation confirmed. Right then, last game in to end the season, Troyes, who are bottom of the table on 12 points to finish the season. We already have Conference League for us for next season, but win this game, we might even get Europa League. I mean, I don't mind which one we're in, but I think Europa League gives us a little bit more money, and especially being Bordeaux, every little pound helps. Right, here we are then, at home against Troyes. I think because of our goal difference, we're probably going to get Europa League anyway, but I'd love to see a win, even just, especially because they're bottom of the league as well, but I'd love to see a win just to send off the home fans, and to keep a habit of winning games. It's not exactly something we should take for granted, but looks like let's kick this one off the way we need to continue it. Kearney on his right foot, first goal for the club. Sean Keeney, don't know why I keep calling him Kearney, I'm still doing it. First goal for Bordeaux on his right foot, on his weaker foot. 2 minutes in, perfect start. Rudy on the ball to Briku, to Keeney. It's playing his last game for us probably, because you know what Lens are like, and finally going to pronounce his name right. Abate. Alright, turns to find Lorenzo. It's probably going to be a bit of a theme of this about can we break him down. Wergy is in behind, does put the ball in the back of the net. I do have a slight suspicion he was offside though, but I mean, I think the referee's going to check it. Maybe. Maybe he's not. I thought it was offside, but it looks like he wasn't. Keeney down the left, 64 minutes in. Maybe now's the time after this highlight to bring in some substitutions, some good football. Tries to find Rudier, Keeney. Always has a goal from himself. Can he get another one? Or maybe an assist? Does have a lot of players in the box. Almost thought about going down. It doesn't need to go down. And the referee looks like he's putting it to the spot. Alright, I think after this penalty, I don't see why it's not going to be a penalty. Well, it is awarded. We'll take this penalty and then we'll substitute some youngsters in. Give them a couple of minutes against the team more than the league. But he will, I think it's Merveld to take it. I think he's that penalty taker. Merveld, 2-step up, hits in the bottom corner. Keeper can't get down quick enough. I think now it's time to bring in some youngsters for the last 25 minutes. Right then, a couple of youngsters on. Benoit Boucher, one of the players who's a little bit unfortunate not to get into the start 11. Cross D for Keeney into the box. Benoit Boucher, maybe with Europe next season, he might get some more opportunities, but it's probably one of those players who are a little bit unfortunate not to get a bit more quiet time this season. Did try to learn him out, but I guess when you got them players that are like not quite enough quality to get into your first team squad, but not bad enough so you just want to give them on a bad loan, you kind of have a little bit of a struggle trying to find clubs for them. Wendell Kadira gets one back for Troyes, but with 15 minutes left, I'm not really too fussed on that one. Clean sheet's a little bit annoying. He does get his first senior goal, so good mirror for him. Keeney up to Fjord. To Keeney off the post. Almost got his second goal of the season. On Boucher with another chance from a deep free kick. Went pretty close with the last one. How's this one? Not quite as good, but I mean, little youngster having a little free kick training at this point. 3-1 up against the bottom of the league. Season's basically done and just wasting a bit of time. Keeney, maybe should have subbed him off, having a little run of applause for his last game for the club. Like to bring him back, but you know, loans work. It's probably not going to happen. And Keeney hasn't scored all season. Last game of the season, and he's got 2. Sean Keeney has been a pretty good player for us. On the loan from Chelsea, got himself man of the match performance in this one. 2 goals, 2 send off the club. And there we are, into European positions. Here we are then. Breaking news, Bordeaux have qualified for the Europa League from securing a top 5 finish in Ligue 1. The Girondins were one of the competition's feel-good stories, defying expectations, and thanks to an expressive spell of form that began in January and saw them rise to as high as 5th place, were able to celebrate a job well done. Brighton won the Europa League. Really? Right, I just want to show you a couple of these stats. Top goal scorers, Mirvald, Wergy and Rudier. I mean, Wergy's got a lot of these goals in the last couple of games, but none league goals in 31 games. I mean, same as what you got last season for SM Kane, but as a 20-year-old, it's not bad, but not convincing. Jules Rudier, just look at his stats. Didn't quite get the 10 goals into double figures, but usually gets his double figures in goals and assists. 7.25, one of his better seasons. 128 appearances so far for him, 44 goals, 45 assists, 21 player of the matches. Just what a player Jules Rudier is. I mean, from his finishing and passing, it doesn't look too good, but for some reason, just under the hood, he's just that little bit better. Value between the 47 and 54 million as well, which I'm sure will go up with the European places. But anyway, that's the end of today's season and the end of today's episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next season for some European football.